Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a first grade math lesson on addition, adding two numbers together, and we're going to be using Uno cards. And please excuse the loud bird in the background. Try to ignore him if you can. Thank you. Hello friends, for today's math lesson we are going to be playing a fun math game using Uno cards. We are going to be adding our Uno cards together to make 10, and I will explain more about that later. But first I wanted to go over a few examples of addition sentences with you guys using our base 10 rods. I know we have used them in the past, and usually you will have the blocks with you, but today we're going to be using the whiteboard. And we're just going to go over 3 examples on how to use our base 10 blocks to add numbers together to make 10. Our first block, we're going to be doing the addition sentence 5 plus 5. So our first step would be to color in 5 blocks. Okay, so that represents the first digit in the addition sentence. Our next digit is also 5, so we're going to be coloring in 5 more blocks. Now that the entire rod is colored in, we know that 5 plus 5 equals 10. For our second rod, we are going to be adding 6 plus 4. So let's color in 6 blocks. How many blocks do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, which just happens to be the next number in our addition sentence. So 6 plus 4, let's color those 4 in. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now for our last example. Give me a thumbs up if you know what this addition sentence is. And if somebody could raise their hand and give me an example and let me know what it is, that would be great. That's right, 9 plus 1. So let's use our last base 10 rod. And let's color in 9 blocks. How many blocks do we have left? We have 1. 9 plus 1 equals 10. Good job. If everyone's ready, we'll go ahead and move on to our math addition game using our Uno cards. So everybody in the class is going to be getting an Uno card. Mine has a 7 on it. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to use your counting on strategies to think about what number you are going to need to add to your number to create 10. For example, I have a 7. And so I'm going to count on and discover how much more I need to add to 7 to create 10. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to need to find somebody with a card that has a number 3 on it. Once you find that person, then you're going to go up to the whiteboard and you're going to write your addition sentence that you discovered up on the whiteboard. So I had a 7. I found a friend that had a 3. We're going to walk up to the whiteboard and we are going to write 7 plus 3 equals 10. Remember, the plus sign means to add the two numbers together. So let's do a few more examples of cards. So if you have a 6, you're going to again use your counting on strategies to discover and think about what number you're going to need to add to your 6 to make 10. So I will need to add 4 to my 6 to make 10. So I will need to find a friend that's got a 4 on their card. And then you're going to go up to the whiteboard and you're going to write down 6 plus 4 equals 10. Now after you have written up your addition sentence on the whiteboard, I want you to switch cards with your friend and you are going to start the game over using your new card. Now there are some important rules that you have to remember. We are walking during this game, we are not running. Okay, and make sure that you switch your cards so that you can create new numbers. You guys did a great job building your addition sentences using your Uno cards, and thank you so much for returning to your seats quietly and not running during the game. So what did you discover? What did you find out? I'll take a few raised hands. That's right. There are several different ways to add two numbers together to make 10. I want you to take a second and turn to your partner, and I want you to tell them two ways, two different combinations that you discovered to make 10. Good job. Let's go over a few of the ones that you guys wrote up on the board. So the first one that I see is 7 plus 3 equals 10. We have 9 plus 1 equals 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. And 8 plus 2 equals 10. I did see a few of you a couple of times who had a number 5, for example, and you found a friend that had a number 1. 5 and 1 does not quite equal 10. But if we found maybe a third friend that had another number, we can count up, we can add these together, which is 6. We can use our counting up strategies, and we could come up with a number to add to these two numbers to make 10. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Let's use our counting up strategy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would need to find a friend that had a card with a 4 on it. So using these 3 cards, we can come up with the sum of 10 as well. You guys did a great job. Pat yourself on the back and say, good job, me.